A few months ago, I was contacted by an individual who was leaving a plane that had arrived in Los Angeles. And as she was walking out of the plane, there was a napkin that had been tucked in the seat that had fallen out. And she happened to see that it said on it, "Help, I'm being held prisoner on this flight to the West Coast." Well, that obviously alerted her, and she took it to the flight attendant and said, "This is of concern. Is there any way you can help this individual?" And unfortunately, on that flight and with that flight crew, the flight attendant hadn't been trained. And so unfortunately, this person left the plane and really didn't know what ended up happening to the note or to that contact. And as the gal left the plane, no one in that airport had really been trained on how to help any further. By the time we got the call, it was about 48 hours later, and unfortunately there wasn't much we could do at that time. But it has continued to spur us on as such a great example of why airport personnel, of why flight attendants need to be trained on this issue of human trafficking and identification, because they have this unique point in that victim's life to help intervene. And in that case, that note was so explicit, calling out for help, saying she was a prisoner, that she was arriving onto the West Coast. And that is where we are really seeing that these airport employees are stepping up and very eager to learn about this so they can intervene at that important point to help bring about rescue for that victim of human trafficking. If those airport employees had been trained, there was an exact point of intervention where they could have intersected and actually rescued that victim of trafficking. That is why we do what we do. That is why the folks here at SFO are so eager to get trained, because they know they are empowered to be in a position to make that kind of impact in a person's life. That is why we do what we do, and that's why we're partnering with SFO.